humanitarian assistance, disaster relief, or combat support. We step out of our world so others may prevail in theirs. Thank you for joining us today at the Joint Base McGuire Dix Open House and Air Show, and together we're going to travel just a little bit further. Do me a favor. Everybody within the sound of my voice, please stop what you're doing. Close your eyes. Feel the sun hitting your face. Now open them. Welcome to the desert. As you look around, we're now in the dusty plains of northern Afghanistan on an abandoned runway. We're in the middle of nowhere. In front of us are the massive mountains of the Hindu Kush. Don't worry, you're safe. But enjoy the peace and quiet while you can, because it's about to get loud. Your United States Air Force is on the way to establish a remote base capable of moving equipment out of your area and back to the United States. Today you'll be witnessing a demonstration of one of our core capabilities, initial airbase opening. CRW airmen are trained to provide initial command and control support and operate an airfield between the time when seizure forces secure the location and follow-on forces arrive for continued operations. We're also able to add to an existing airfield operation with additional cargo handling capability. Very shortly, a fully loaded C-17 Globemaster III from the Joint Base McGuire Dix Lakehurst 6th Airlift Squadron will taxi up and stop at Show Center. A highly trained assessment team from the 621st has arrived on a helicopter a few hours earlier and has been busy inspecting the runway, establishing communications, surveying the local area for any hazards our inbound C-17 crew needs to be aware of. This assessment team has a single subject matter expert from 7 vital CRW career fields. We have an expert responsible for civil engineering, airfield management, air traffic control, a load master, security forces, satellite communications, and a team commander. And here comes the mighty C-17 Globemaster III, driven by 4 massive Pratt & Whitney PW-117 engines, each producing 42,000 pounds of thrust. The pilot, Captain Jean Jacquin from Frankfurt, New York, is using a heads-up display to navigate the aircraft. He's going to pull up and he's going to stop. When he stops, the C-17 crew is going to disembark from the back of the vehicle and establish an operation. Let's stand by as the gate drops. On the aircraft today from the 621st Contingency Response Wing are Staff Sergeant James Kane as the load crew team chief. He's from Killeen, Texas. Also on board are Staff Sergeant Matthew McCormick from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Staff Sergeant Lorraine Camacho from Southbridge, Massachusetts. Senior Airman Joshua Donovan from Richmond, Virginia. Airman First Class John Judy from Leavenworth, Kansas is going to be driving our forklift. And Staff Sergeant Robert Higginbotham from Magnolia, Texas. And as you watch, the gate is dropping now. If you direct your attention to the ramp of the C-17, you'll see the first elements of our contingency response team as they roll out. Very shortly, 2 all-terrain vehicles and an armored security forces Humvee will sweep and begin the first stages of operation. The Humvee today is driven by Senior Airman Joshua Donovan from Richmond, Virginia. In the gunner's turret of the Humvee is Staff Sergeant Robert Higginbotham from Magnolia, Texas. We need to do one thing very quickly after you arrive: make the area safe to operate. The ATVs in this armored vehicle carry defenders, a small squad of security forces airmen who specialize in maintaining a secure perimeter around some of the most valuable assets in the United States military. As they sweep out and establish the perimeter, C-17 airmen have already unchained the forklift that you see coming out the back. At the core, all of our capabilities wrap around our aerial transportation specialists, our port dogs, as they move cargo quickly and efficiently onto and off of our aircraft. The 10,000-pound all-capacity, all-terrain forklift you see coming out the back now, makes our job a lot easier. We bring all of our tools and equipment to the fight, to include the tents we sleep in and the food we eat. That forklift is no exception. If you ever ask yourself what comes first, the chicken or the egg, the CRW would answer that you need the forklift before the cargo that comes off the aircraft. As you watch, this vehicle will turn around. They're going to let the vehicle of the aircraft seal itself up and it will taxi away. And here it goes, taxiing off. That's all the time it takes to disembark a C-17 with a contingency response team. We now have a fully functional aircraft leaving the scene to pick up more cargo and a fully functional CRW team that can now receive more equipment. That took what, 1 minute, guys? The aircraft is being flown by Captain Jean Jacquin from Frankfurt, New York. Captain Andy Roll is another aircraft commander from Lakewood, Washington. Major Tien Fung from Cleona, Pennsylvania is the safety observer. Staff Sergeant Celine Muncie is the loadmaster from San Angelo, Texas. Tech Sergeant Kyle Rowan from Chippewa Falls, Washington was the other loadmaster on board. Ladies and gentlemen, C-17 from the 6th Airlift Squadron. Our airbase opening capability is just one of many the CRW is called upon to perform around the world at a moment's notice. Our air mobility advisor teams are building partnerships and educating air mobility